Is there a service called Cornholio? I bet there is, and I don't want to go to it.
Please say that you were recording that.
Safe search on, please.
Welcome to Namely 90s. Wow. The podcast that takes you back to the time before smartphones, Google, and Y2K. Join your hosts as they relive the pop culture that shaped a generation and the parts that many people wish they could forget. Listen in to the conversation about how the decade defined those who spent their childhood there and how it shaped them as adults. So, turn down the grunge and dial up the internet. Let's get started. It's time for Namely 90s.
Hello, welcome to Namely 90s. My name's Andrew. Over there is Brandon.
That's me.
You can find us online at namely90s.com or on Twitter and Instagram at namely90s with a 90s. You can also watch this show if you'd like to see our lovely faces in person and see some of the clips from the stuff we're talking about on YouTube by going to namely90s.com/YouTube. And let's see, today is the March 1993 episode, our 40th regularly scheduled episode to this point.
Yeah, happy 40th anniversary.
Yeah, that's not how that We are getting close to our 1 year in May.
40th week anniversary. Also technically doesn't.
40th week anniversary.
Which also technically isn't true because we took a week and a half off to do the Christmas specials.
I also like to point out that the root word of anniversary means year.
So all those people
I just think that's worth mentioning.
Week anniversary. I thought Annie was the root.
Yeah.
Was the thing that meant year, because annual Annie.
Yeah, but people say like it's our 10-week anniversary.
Oh, I thought you were going for the people that are turn into week anniversary or month anniversary
no.
or slap anniversary.
Are you talking about that show, The Slap?
I was thinking more Slapsgiving from How I Met Your Mother, but yeah, we could talk about worse shows.
This action spurs 24 episodes of television. Thanks, CBS. Was it CBS? Sounds like CBS.
I think it was ABC or NBC. Zachary Quinto was in it.
Sounds like trash.
Yeah.
Everything's trash.
Everything sucks, Andrew.
Everything sucks. It's like that "Everything Is Awesome" song, but the reverse version.
Didn't they do that in the movie? I've not seen it.
Did they? I don't know. My kids watch a lot of Lego stuff. So anyway, what's new?
What's new since I talked to you minutes ago on this recording batch?
No, it's another week. Remember?
Yes, but
time has passed.
Remember how I said something and then you asked, why are we going to talk about this? Which was something I was saving for the future, remember? No, I did have something written down. I just didn't apparently save it because now it's just blank. Where I had something. Do you have anything new since we last talked?
I don't know. I was thinking we should release a true crime podcast.
You know, someone just told me about a true crime podcast that's based out of the city that I live in. And I was like, oh, is it this one? Is it the one that we had someone on our show to promote? And they're like, no, it's a different one about some girl that got lost in the 80s out here and her family still lives in...
we should do one that's just all about really mundane property crimes. Well, Tim Jonathan Davis broke into a car and stole someone's iPod charger.
You know what?
And got a misdemeanor.
What would make that premise 100 times funnier and better is if we just did it drunk.
Oh, yeah, good idea. What if we took any podcast idea and added alcohol to it?
Whoa.
Wouldn't that be just genius?
That's mind-blowing. Yeah. Welcome to Drunken 90s.
It is Drunken 90s. Wow.
But
but no, seriously, we could do like some special features on 90s crimes.
Yeah, Dahmer.
We have to get, of course, drunk, right?
Yeah,
and say the F word all the time. And that's what makes a true crime podcast great. No, I actually do enjoy the one, My Favorite Murder, which is like it's like the McDonald's of true crime podcasts, but it's very good. It's very good.
Isn't it like well produced by NPR?
No, My Favorite Murder? No. It's by these two chicks. One's like a comedian, the other's like a writer or something. It's funny. It's good. You'd like it.
What's the
but I think it was like it's one of the more popular ones out there.
Wait, what's the one that NPR does?
I don't know.
That like started the whole binge on
It kills people by putting them to sleep.
No, well, yes, but I always thought
I do think it's weird that there's all these people that are like it's one thing to enjoy true crime, but to go to the extent of like almost celebrating these people. Like apparently there's a serial killer coloring book where you can color scenes with the serial killers on. Like, we're commercializing serial killing. And I feel like once you glamorize it enough, eventually it's going to turn into an actual problem. But
it might have been criminal. That doesn't sound right either.
Anyway, subscribe to our Patreon if you want to listen to us do drunken true crime. No.
This American Life. Yeah. Well, it's March now. We have exciting things to look forward to this March. Like a 1 year of
Madness.
lockdown and
What? Woot, woot. Raise the roof.
yeah, interesting things like got nothing.
March is I think the problem is that last March was so eventful that this March is seeming like it's going to be kind of a letdown, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why am I making that sound? I don't
Speaking
know.
of marches that are left down, that are a letdown, let's go to March of 1993, shall we, Andrew?
Sure, let's do it. What was going on?
Totally cool thing going on the 1st of March. Okay, I'm sorry. On the 1st of March, let's take you back, viewers.
The 1st of
Listeners.
March, 1993.
Yeah. On the 1st, a new NHL expansion team owned by Disney gets named the Mighty Ducks after the 1992 movie. On the 4th, ESPN hosts the first ever ESPY Awards, which apparently is sports awards for ESPN. Have you ever watched?
Yep, that's
have
right.
you ever watched an ESPY award ceremony?
No, I don't watch ESPN ever.
Me either. Apparently, most males do.
I only watch it when I get my hair cut. I go to Sport Clips. What's wrong with Sport Clips?
Nothing. They let you watch TV. They know how to shave your face if you want to do that, and they dip everything in barbicide.
They're not sleazy. They actually wear like a polo that's buttoned. It's not like, all this going on.
Sorry, I'm going to need to pull up the webcam, and can you do that again, please?
I said all this stuff going on up here.
Fast.
I feel like there's such a cliche when it's like, it's a man's barber shop, and it's just like women wearing low-cut things, and you can play pool while you wait. There's a place like that called the Man Shop in Pullman when I went to school. But Sport Clips, it's just easy, and the fact that they do they massage your head when they do the shampooing.
I finally remembered what I wanted to talk about at the top of the episode. Apparently, Ninja is also a D-bag.
Who the hell's Ninja?
He's some sort of streamer that people.
Wow, you're kidding.
Yeah.
I do feel like the problem with the head massage, just going back to the head massage, is they either do it too lightly and it feels like uncomfortable because they're tickling you, or it's like they're trying to crush your skull. It's like, how about a happy medium? Thanks. Anyway.
So like one hand being super light, one hand trying to crush your skull?
Can I get some light choking with this, please?
Speaking of like choking, on the 8th, Beavis and Butthead premieres on MTV. On the 13th, the blizzard of 1993 hits the Northeast.
Okay.
Yes. I didn't realize there were blizzards this late into the year. On the 23rd, Star Fox is released for the Super Nintendo. And on the 24th, Doogie Howser, MD, airs its final episodes. That was the TV series starring Neil Patrick Harris as a child that was also a doctor. Ran for 4 years.
Oh, it's kind of like that show. Is there a show like that right now?
Yeah, on CBS. You watch it.
No, that's the autistic guy.
But isn't he like 16 as well?
Oh, what's that show called?
That's the one that you're thinking of.
It's on. Is it not on Fox?
No, it's on CBS.
Yeah. The autistic guy. He's a doctor.
Please tell me what you typed into your search.
The
autistic. The Good Doctor.
Doctor. I think they were actually.
It's the good.
They could have called it the autistic.
It's the Good Doctor.
The Good Doctor, which is, I believe, created by David Shore, who created House MD.
Is that why it's managed to stay on longer than a season?
Yeah, apparently it's actually pretty good.
I keep hearing that.
Might be a bright spot in the CBS lineup.
But then the people just keep telling me the premise, and I'm like, no.
It has generally mixed reviews from critics. Shocking.
Critics are usually spot on. It's just the people
it's mixed.
I know. So
it's always mixed.
But by mixed, it means it's mediocre.
Yeah. Well, it's on CBS. So again, it's actually on ABC. Wow. Okay, we both had it wrong. So it means it's even worse. It's sandwiched between Dancing with the Stars season 73 and probably some other bad show.
Huh. Daniel Day Kim's in it? What?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Asian hate crimes are up.
Speaking of people with the last name of Kim, Asian hate crimes are at an all-time high.
He's like he and a director that's also Asian put up like $25,000 a person to catch one of the people that did the shoved the 90-year-old Asian man in Oakland or whatever.
Any relation to Daniel Day-Lewis?
No.
Wait, that's not how names work.
Daniel Day Kim, he was on Lost. He was on Angel for a season or two as one of the lawyers.
Oh, it's based on a Korean show.
I'm not shocked at all. Oh, so that's why he was the one shopping it around.
Yeah, it was started in 2013 in Korea, and it actually kind of makes sense that David Shore would develop it, considering his last medical drama was about a basically genius doctor. So, who is mildly autistic, basically. In one episode, they suggested that. So, there you go.
And at some point this month, the Vertigo imprint from DC Comics is released. This is the darker comics for older readers, with the publication of Death, the High Cost of Living #1. Existing DC titles, including Swamp Thing, Hellblazer, Sandman, Doom Patrol, Animal Man, and Shade the Changing Man. all became Vertical titles as well. Hellblazer, that's Constantine. I like his current incarnation on the old CW.
All of these seem like if they were adapted into movies that Nicolas Cage would play them.
Well, Swamp Thing was a movie. They actually did a series. It's on HBO Max now, but they originally did it for the DC streaming service that's now defunct. And it was people really love it, but they also went way over budget because they were quoted a different budget than they actually had for the show. So they essentially bankrupted the show after the first season. And now can't make any more episodes.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think they aired it last fall on the CW as well because there's no new content being produced. In the box office, yet again, just one out of and I read both lists, this episode and previous episode, of everything that came out in the month. to Andrew and his wife Kayla, to see if they recognized anything. There was a re-release this month or last month, but I didn't count it. Either way, on the 19th, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, which I've said before, my cousin in Japan sent me a bootleg copy of this for Christmas one year.
Oh, jeez.
But it was all in Japanese. But they go back in time to feudal Japan. So half of it was already in Japanese. Yeah. Anyway,
Wow.
on the Billboard charts for the first week in March of 1993, we have, number one for the first week was A Whole New World from Aladdin. And then the rest of the month and into the next is Informer by Snow. This is the white Canadian reggae rapper that does the song A Licky Boom Boom Down. Yes.
Can we please never use the phrase white Canadian reggae rapper again?
I mean, it's up to the rap world, I would think. A Licky Boom Boom Down. I think you'd recognize the song. There's no way he raps at like the speed of light. I am incapable of even trying to try to make the sounds of the song.
Okay.
Number 2 is I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. Number 3 is Ordinary World by Duran Duran. Number 5 is Nothing But a G-Thang by Dr. Dre. Number 8 is Hip Hop Hooray by Naughty by Nature. This is the song that gave us the hey ho, hey ho. And number 20, Two Princes by the Spin Doctors.
What is Dr. Dre a doctor of?
Rap.
Oh, okay.
Well,
someone had to ask the question.
I'm pretty sure that's been asked many times. But I listened to Hip Hop Hooray last night by Naughty by Nature just to remember what the song
just
to remember what the song was about, and it was so good. Because I'd skipped to the middle of the song. I went back and listened to the entire thing. I was blown away at how well it was done.
And now, a reading from the Book of Jewel. Forgetful. He walks with a skin of stone in effort to keep his blood from dirtying the pavement. He closes his eyes with deliberate determination, trying to remember the veins behind his eyes, led like blue road maps to the ocean of everyone else.
Sorry, I had Mo Money, Mo Problems running through my head while you were reading that. Thank you, Jewel.
As one does when Jewel writes poetry. Thanks, Joel. It's exhausting.
Hey, Namely 90s faithful, this is Brandon, or as I'm known on the internets, B. Schwitty. Before Andrew and I started this journey into podcasting, I had a solo project on YouTube called Rewind with B. Schwitty, a thrice-weekly edutainment series focusing on making wine more accessible to everyone. I'm reviving the series for a third season. We're doing crazy wine pairings, background of wine grapes, interviews with people like the Taco Bell sommelier from Instagram. It's going to be a great time. So check us out. Find us at rewindshow.com to get to our YouTube channel. That's rewineshow.com. And now, back to Namely 90s.
So, is there anywhere you want to go?
Yeah, Doogie Howser.
Love me some MPH.
That's a type of insulin, NPH. So every time you say NPH, it kind of throws me.
Really? Didn't know that.
Yeah, so I guess my problem with the Doogie Howser thing is how old is he supposed to be in that show?
I don't remember.
So he's supposed to be... Oh, no, they're rebooting it. Why? No.
Because CBS hasn't had an original idea in some time.
So he becomes an MD at age 14.
Yes.
Like, you don't get to skip through Okay, so
He was the
you might
He was the
get through
youngest
all the lower grades,
licensed doctor in the country. At age 10.
but once you get to college,
Yeah,
right? Once you get to college,
Yes.
you don't necessarily get to do it faster. Like the quarters take as long as they take. Maybe he could take a heavier course load, but he's still not going to get his bachelor's in less than 2 years. And then med school, it's not like that you go through faster. Like you still have to take all the rotations and spend the whole 4 years. So he already has to spend minimum 6 years in school. And most of the time, you're not just like out after you're graduated as a doctor. You've got to do some sort of internship, probably a residency, which could take anywhere from 1 to 5 years. There's literally no way he could chronologically be a doctor at that age.
Well, let's see. It says he graduated from Princeton in 1983 at the age of 10 and finished medical school 4 years later at age 14.
And just like went right into practice. And the thing is, like, just being a genius doesn't make you a good doctor.
He has an eidetic memory,
Okay.
which I assume helps with the
Yeah.
knowledge
I think
portion.
it helps with like the thinking portion, but he's not just like doing heart surgery.
So the series begins on his 16th birthday, which is where he is a second-year resident surgeon.
Can I just say, why does it say, does Doogie Howser lose his virginity? That's one of the questions on Google. Apparently they're doing a new series which will focus on Lahela Doogie Kamealoha, a female 16-year-old mixed-race doctor who lives in Hawaii. Disney Plus gave the series a 10-episode straight-to-series order in September 2020.
Well, to answer your previous question, there's a line in I think it's either Harold and Kumar go to White Castle or Harold and Kumar go to Guantanamo Bay, and where Neil Patrick Harris plays a hypersexualized straight version of himself because he wasn't out at the time of the first movie, where he's like talking about Rhonda, the one that got away. She was on set. I forget. She was like a PA or something, and he's like, it describes very graphic things about this large black woman that he lost his virginity to. So I'm assuming that's where the question stems from on Google.
Why does his name have to be Doogie?
Catchy.
It's not a name. So the other thing that frustrates me is people use it as a way to be like super disrespectful to actual practitioners that look young.
Uh-huh.
Like when I was first starting out, they were like, who's this Doogie Howser? I'm like, wow, you're an ass. Like it actually happened.
I don't doubt that. Plus, you kind of look like Neil Patrick Harris.
A client asked me once if I was 12, and I just wanted to respond with, oh, are we guessing each other's age? This could be fun. Like it's some lady in her 40s. Like, come on. Who says, how rude? Anyway.
She was actually in her early 30s.
I'm not sure I'm going to watch that show ever. It doesn't. There's nothing about it that would appeal to me.
Speaking of Disney Plus, later this month, the Mighty Ducks are coming to Disney Plus in a new version called Mighty Ducks. I don't remember what it's called. It sounded
The college years. No, it's always the college
or
years.
animated series.
Yeah.
The Mighty Ducks Game Changers, starring Emilio Estevez returns as Coach Bombay, or as his character, who's no longer a coach, but runs an ice skating rink, even though he was a lawyer. Like, I don't... Why? And then Lauren Graham, the older Gilmore from Gilmore Girls, plays the mom with a son that sucks at hockey.
That seems about right.
Children hockey.
Yeah, you go from practicing law to owning a ice rink. It's a slippery slope.
And from what I can tell from the trailer, which you didn't have time to watch, the Mighty Ducks are owned by, or the Mighty Ducks are a team, but they're not going to be the team in that the losers are on. Which is weird because that's the whole premise of the original Mighty Ducks, is that they were just a bunch of ragtag losers and then made into an awesome team of losers. And then
They have like the world's crappiest looking Zamboni as well.
he was a lawyer, so clearly he can't afford a good Zamboni for his ice skating rink. That's his now.
But I bet they've got a really good liability release form.
Given the look of that Zamboni, I disagree.
I just think it's funny, like how big the actors' names are when they're like, what's her name?
I think it's Lauren Graham.
Lauren Graham, Emilio Estevez. I feel like it needs to be that one voiceover guy that always does like the really epic like kids movie voiceovers.
Epic voiceover guy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, you knew his name by heart at one point when we were doing the podcast.
Oh, that was one other guy. Are you gonna watch this thing?
I already watched it. Oh, am I going to watch the show?
Oh, it's already out.
No,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, I really did enjoy.
Do a little Saved by the Bell. Do a little bit of.
I haven't
Mighty
gotten
Ducks.
to Saved by the Bell yet. That's the other thing I was going to talk about at the start of this. I'm just finishing up my MCU rewatch. I tonight after recording
Rewatch.
and editing, I'll be watching Endgame, and then probably I think I'll do WandaVision because I'm currently watching it anyway, and then finish with
and playing Rocket League somewhere. in there?
Spider-Man Far From
That's
Home.
probably
Yeah,
not.
probably Rocket League too. I have to edit my vlog for tomorrow. Rewinshow.com. And
I really think we need to start recording our sessions on Discord. By the way,
we could make that into a it wouldn't be on Discord. We would the technical stuff.
you could record the audio.
Yes, we could record the audio. Yes. I'll let you know about a $40 capture unit after the episode. And I don't know, what was I saying?
DuckTales.
No, I don't know if I'll be watching the Mighty Ducks, or at least not like when it comes out.
Mighty Ducks. I meant to say. I got confused.
I'm going to sit on it. But you did bring up also this month the DuckTales reboot, which is fantastic, by the way. It's on Disney Plus. It's on the Disney Channel. I don't have children, and I still recommend it to you for yourself and children because it's an epic voice cast. Like I've said this before, David Tennant, Scrooge McDuck, Danny Pudi, not Zach Galifianakis, SNL alums, Kate Micucci. There's just so many big name actors and actresses that are voice acting on the show, and it's done so well and with love that I was shocked to find out a day or two before recording this that they're ending on March 15th with a series finale, and I was just like, where did that come from? Like, it's been doing well. It came out in 2017. This is give us like another year or two. 6 seasons in a movie. But yeah, the good DuckTales is ending.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't last, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking,
I mean, Pete and Pete only lasted three seasons,
that's
man.
true. But I feel like the DuckTales is it has the nostalgia thing going for people our age with children like yourself.
True.
But
Well, it reminds me, when shows kind of get toward their later years, they get bad. For example, the CSI now has Ted Danson in it. He only lasts for 4 seasons before they cancel it. So
yeah, only 4 seasons. Ted Danson gets you 4 extra seasons of a show that should have died 10 years
I don't
prior.
know. Okay, fair enough.
And not to mention it had Morpheus before Ted Danson.
It's awesome. He's actually really good.
Is
I
he
liked him.
Lawrence Fishburne? I just saw him in something. Oh, he was in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I thought we would close out by doing a Beavis and Butthead quiz. The one on MTV.
Which one?
The MTV one.
MTV. Got it. Go in there.
And
we went
we'll be
there.
doing it together. Yeah.
Stop being such a bunghole and take this quiz.
Yes. So this is a Who Said It, Beavis or Butthead quiz. Listen up, bungholes. Are you really down with Beavis and Butthead? Test your knowledge of the classic series with this totally sick quiz. We've talked about Beavis and Butthead before. Do you remember watching any of it?
No.
Yeah, me neither. My only memory of the actual TV show of Beavis and Butthead was I'd snuck time in to watch it, and there was Butthead had stolen a motorcycle and is like driving super fast down a highway to a like canyon that the bridge is out on, and it just like keeps cutting back to him and cutting back to the canyon and cutting back to him and cutting back to the canyon, and then they're like, to be concluded after the break, and then it never came back from the break, and I was just like, it scarred me because I still don't know what happened. And so if anyone of you out there listening knows what happened, my camera died again, and maybe this will be my camera now. Who knows? But yeah, we're just going to do our best.
Yeah, video.
Yeah.
So.
We're just going to do our best to figure out, are these Beavis or Butthead quotes? The first one being, thinking sucks.
Okay. Thinking sucks.
What do you I feel like that's a Beavis line. Yeah. Thinking sucks.
I was thinking Beavis. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what. All right, Beavis.
Did we get that? I think we got it right.
Hey,
green check means
ding.
right.
Yep.
I know this one. Do you want to do it? Can you do the voice? Do the voice, Andrew.
I cannot do the voice. I don't perform.
Do you have TP for my bunghole? I would hate for my Holio to get polio.
I'm gonna go
It's
with. Well, it shows a picture of
Yeah.
Beavis. Isn't that giving it
Yes.
away?
Unless this is a bait and switch.
The next one. My list includes any girl with at least one boob.
That sounds like Butthead to me.
I'm gonna go with Butthead. Got it.
Is it giving away that it looks like he's the one that's actually talking?
I know this is dumb.
My list includes any girl with at least one boob.
That's a Butthead.
So the next one is, these dudes are pretty cool for a bunch of mimes. I feel like I'm leaning towards Butthead. I feel like he always has more eloquent thoughts than Beavis.
I like it. Hey, we got it.
right.
Oh gosh, the next one. You just sent my boner to the ground. Is that Daria?
No, Daria is actually in Beavis and Butthead, but that is not her.
So are we to think Beavis said it because he's pictured?
Yeah, and I can also see him saying something like that.
Oh, that was a Butthead statement.
No, I guess it,
In more than one
I guess
way.
it was more eloquent than something Beavis would say. Next one is, say one more bad thing about Metallica and I'll kick your ass. That also sounds like something Beavis would scream to me. What do you think?
Yep, I'll do it. Got
Nice.
it. Also, isn't that the band on his shirt?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the band on his
Butthead
shirt.
has AC/DC on his shirt.
Next one. Have I licked his rectum? Jeez. NSFW.
See, it's short staccato. I feel like that's a Beavis thing again.
Yeah, you got it.
Ooh. Your balls are filthy. Take them to the ball washer immediately.
Butthead. You think?
I don't know.
We're due for a Butthead.
I know, but I feel like that's a Beavis thing too. Oh, I don't know. Do you want to go Butthead?
Sure.
Okay. Nice.
Butthead, yes.
All right.
Abandoned drive-ins kick ass. Beavis. I'm going
Are
Beavis.
you sure? I think that's Butthead. Did you?
Okay. I'll defer to you. I never watched the show.
I mean, I feel like he always had the one-line endings, like abandoned drive-ins kick ass.
Okay. I can go with that.
Okay. All right.
And you're right. I poop too much and then I get tired.
Oh, I don't. I have nothing on this one.
Beavis.
Okay, Beavis.
Got
Nice. This desert is stupid. They need to put a drinking fountain out here. This picture of Beavis looking at a gravestone that says, "Here lies Beavis. He never scored."
Which one do you think it
That
is?
sounds like a Beavis thing.
No,
Dang
no, it's
This
Butthead.
desert is stupid. They need to put a drinking fountain out here. You know, as we were reading these quotes, does your brother listen to this podcast?
I don't know.
I
doubt it.
Okay, good. Because when we were growing up, for some reason, I always kind of thought your brother, if one of these two characters was more like Butthead than Beavis. I don't know why, but that just
Number 12.
popped in my head.
I'm trying to watch a porno, and you fart knockers keep interrupting me. I feel like fart knocker is a Beavis thing to say.
I thought that would be a Butthead thing to say, but I got the last one wrong, so let's go Beavis.
It was Beavis,
Nice.
and you get the last one. It's a real winner. And this is going to be used out of context for sure.
I'm going to take out a loan to get a bigger schlong.
I'm going Butthead.
Yeah, Butthead sounds right on this one. Oh, it
No,
was
Beavis is all of them.
I'm going to take out a loan to get a bigger schlong. We got 10 out of 13.
So how'd we do?
10 out of 13. That's not bad. And they don't give us any write-up thing about how many we got.
Do I get a certificate to put on my wall?
We can make you a certificate if you want one. I think that's not bad. That's
Well, I guess,
Was
wow.
that a B?
There we are.
Oh, 10 out of 13. No, that's a C. That's a
Yeah, it's
straight C.
77%, so it's a C. C
Well
plus.
done.
C plus.
We did it. And if you have any actual memories about Beavis and Butthead, let us know in the comments below. But for now, I think that's it for this week's edition of Namely 90s. Yeah? Did we do it?
It is.
Yes.
I think we've done it. That's episode 40 in the
Yes.
books.
Congratulate us on our 40th episode on Twitter and Instagram at Namely90s with 90S, or find our personal Twitter accounts at bshwitty and at NamelyAndrew to tell us what you want us to talk about on future episodes. You can also contact us through our website, namely90s.com, and please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Cornholio, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and wherever you get your podcasts at. I'm Brandon. That's the Great Bungholio, and we will catch you next time.